trial to Pilate, they began to accuse him. But John says, Pilate then went out to them and said, "What accusation bring you against this man?" Then their accusations can come back to Pilate from Luke. They began to accuse him. So John first. Or maybe I should mention from Matthew the story with Judas. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself, and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, "I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood." And they said, "What is that to us? See you to that." And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed, and went and hanged himself. The chief priest took the silver in pieces and said, "It is not lawful to put them into the treasury, because it is the price of blood." And they took counsel and bought with them the potter's field to bury strangers in, wherefore that field was called the field of blood to this day. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, "And they took the 30 pieces of silver in price of him that was valued, whom they, the children of Israel, did value, and gave them to the potter's field, and the Lord appointed me." It's only in Matthew. And Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, "Are you the king of the Jews?" So it misses the accusations brought out, just goes right to him saying, "Are you the king of the Jews?" That's where Mark picks up. "Are you the king of the Jews?" It says next, the chief priests accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. Back to Jesus at his trial. Pilate then went out to them and said, "What accusation bring you against this man?" They answered and said, "If he were not a malefactor, we would not have delivered him up to you." Then said Pilate to them, "Take you him and judge him according to your law." The Jews therefore said to him, "It is not lawful for us to put any man to death," that the saying of Jesus might be fulfilled, which he spoke, signifying what death he should die. Then it goes into the fact that he's speaking to Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" But I think before that, something has to happen in Luke. And I think it also happens after what happened to John. They're saying first, he's a malefactor. We can't kill him. We're not allowed. Then when he goes into the judgment hall again, calls Jesus and speaks to him sort of in private, away from the crowd. Before he enters into the judgment hall, the Jews said to him, "It is not lawful for us to put him to death." Then Luke, and they began to accuse him, saying, "We found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ the King." That's their attempt to say he really is trying to subvert your authority. It's treason. You kill him. And Pilate asked him. So this fits with what it says in John. Pilate goes back into the judgment hall and called Jesus and said to him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And Pilate asked him, saying, "Are you the king of the Jews?" That's where Matthew and Mark pick up. And Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Matthew, Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, "Are you the king of the Jews?" So John and Luke have more of what's happening, so I'm going to continue with that. And since Pilate says at first, "Take you him, judge him according to your law," and the Jews say, "It is not lawful for us to put him to death," that's what will continue into their attempt to say why Pilate has to put him to death. "We found this fellow perverting the nation, forbidding to give tribute, and saying he's a king." So John first, then Luke, then Matthew and Mark combined with the rest. John. Pilate then went out to them. But I'm going to put his whole title, as in Matthew, Pontius Pilate, the governor. Mark has Pilate. Luke has Pilate. Pilate is all four. Now, John then went out to them and said, "What accusation bring you against this man? If he were not a malefactor, we would not have delivered him up to you. It is not lawful for us to put any man to death, signifying the death he should die." That's where I'll stop. Before it gets into Pilate entering back in the judgment hall, I'll make that the next paragraph.